Hello guys, happy Saturday and welcome. It's race day, it's rFactor 2, it is the Virtual Endurance Championship. It's the 4 hours of Bahrain and well, we are about to get ready for our qualifying session. GTE qualifying is just finished. We have a rather tight fight for the pole there, a 2.5 tenth in the top 6, so that is quite close when it comes to the pole position in a GTE. However, the prototype qualifying is coming up now. 49 cars overall. We have 20 GTEs. I think 15 LMPs. And was it 15 hypercars as well? No, it's just 10 hypercars, I think. Anyway, 2 minutes until we get the green. So you're not missing anything right here. We're parked at the end of the pit road, waiting for the signal to get going. Yeah, what to expect for today. You guys need to note that we are in with 2 drive-through penalties from last race. So whatever starting position we will have in class, it will pretty much be dead last after 15 minutes anyway. So arguably, we don't have too much pressure in the qualifying. Of course, the further up you qualify, the better it is anyway. But the objectives for the first couple of laps are simply to keep clear of any shenanigans. And apart from that, have a good race then. So we're about to get going in 55 seconds. So I appreciate you guys morning time. Well, it's already afternoon, but I know for some gaming people it's quite early. On a personal note, I'd probably appreciate if the race would have been not at 1 PM straight away, but like 3 PM maybe, or 4. Used to be at 5 at some point, but those days are gone anyway. 30 seconds, so condition on. Headlights on. So, as in for the format, for those watching VEC more often, you know it already. We have to make it back to the pit road after a qualifying run. So that means get out, do a hot lap, and then make it back to pit road again. Well, was sadly quite a good lap. Ah! The curb! What a guy. There's the 10th and turn 8. I don't know what else to do. Make the FPS more stable. Arsenal, thank you for your follow. Welcome to the qualifying here in the Virtual Endurance Championship. So I think we are on for 2 more laps. Yes, I can at least do a 0.1, but probably a 0.0 as well. Good luck for you too, Christopher, then. Alright. Let's hope that 8.5 seconds is enough. It's not going to be fun. I don't know what to do. Minutes. Thanks, Andre. So, I think there should be a good gap now. Yeah, I was waiting for a gap, Yanni. Because I have a P2 behind now. And a P2 ahead. Fuck's sake. Fuck! Man, I could have put it into the first row. Yeah, I mean, we have to drive through penalties anyway, so row 2, row 1 probably doesn't make a huge difference, but... Well, with this long straight down turn 1, row 2 might actually be not that bad. Yeah! Okay, so with Schindler putting it 1.5 tenths ahead of LaRue, that would be row 2 anyway. We would just probably be on the left side instead of the right. I'm not sure if there's anyone still on a lap. I doubt it though. I don't know what the caddy has done 45 minutes ago, but I know what some Porsche has done in Le Mans for a 24-hour race. I'm certainly not planning to do that. Okay, I need to fix my FPS. Steering wheel off. That's all I can do about the graphics. Live TV displays off. Everything else off. Mirrors are neat, sadly. Can I toggle them off? No, 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 no. I'm not racing. Mirrors off. Let me quickly... go for the race settings. Okay. It is P4. Honestly, I'm happy with that. Hey, Steve. No, this is 4 hours with a pair of 2. Oh dear, Bono. Right, I grab my coffee. Be right back. Yes, so let's see. So when the drive-throughs are out, we need some traffic management. That's everything I need for the moment, I think. Yes, I can, and yes, I think that's the idea. Understood. I put the channels live, so you will be heard.
Okay.
I don't know, satellite racing. Where did you start? P1. Good job on the pole. Track time 43 right now.
Alright.
So guys, a busy racing day ahead. We are about to head into the 4 hours of Bahrain for our start. Then at 4 p.m. we will switch to F123, the Creator Series Brazilian Grand Prix, including a sprint. So we go Q1, Q2, Q3, sprint, and then full 100% race on F123. That happens at 4 p.m. So you guys will see 2 streams within 6 hours. And if you appreciate that, then please have a follow on Twitch, subscribe us on the YouTube channel if you haven't done already. That would be massively appreciated. Also guys, any feedback on the camera, please? I hope the picture is a bit better compared to last week. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated.
A quick whisper test from me. Hello, and good luck.
Papa Jimmy. Hey, Mr. Dale. Hello. Thank you so much. See you later in Sao Paulo. I'm taking a teleporting machine from Bahrain to Brazil to be ready for the race for you. See you over there. And good luck for your Creator Series race as well later. Guys, shout out to Mr. Dale. We are racing together in the F1 Creator Series. Had a frightening and an amazing battle last week in Mexico. So everyone head over to Mr. Dale, give him a follow, and well, enjoy his point of view for the F1 race in 3 hours time. So as we now advance to the race in a couple of moments, so then we get this going. Nah, to be honest, the fight was clear. It was tough, it was tight, it was aggressive, but overall it was well within the rules. It's fine. Just hard racing, you know. Right. 4 hours, starting P4, having 2 drive-throughs. Optimum finishing position will be the podium, but I at least want to have a top 5, if not even P4. Let's see how this goes. Quick double check. That's correct. That's good. That's correct as well. Everyone is on the soft hot.
Copy.
Yeah, the only thing what you got me annoyed with was that you had a 9-second penalty already, but you held on for dear life. But that's fine, you know, it's part of the racing. That's why we're doing this. Puppy Squisher, thank you. Appreciate it, your time. Welcome to the race. I hope that Schindler doesn't start from row 2 again like he did in Monza, I think.
I'm always getting a cut when I'm entering the pits.
Yes, we need to stay very center-lined, and the same on the exit. When you leave out of the pits and you touch the turn 1 curb, you get it starts calculating.
Alright.
Thank you, Yanni.
need the left side of the LMP2s to catch up, please.
I'm actually okay with them leaving a gap. Oh.
You guys, code 80 in 10 seconds. So that's in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Code 80 enforced.
I mean, I don't know. How about red flagging this? That is a joke. I have no idea. But this is bullshit. Like, Schindler has slapped amazingly well on the start in Monza already. And now this. Like, we are double file. Where am I expected to go? I mean, yes, I rear end him, but man, if he just goes, nothing happens. But if he just keeps... I mean, amazing. We will stay on the lead lap, but we are a minute behind and we get 2 minutes behind. And we get 2 more drive-throughs. Like, thanks for nothing. If I'm not in the lane, I get a penalty for being out of lane. If I am in the lane and someone sleeps, this happens. Exactly. Yeah, he wasn't expecting the green. I don't care. You're not allowed to sleep when you come around the final turn. It's great. We're gonna just rejoin into the pack. It is so stupid. So stupid. I will just keep it, yes. What do you want, Christian? Good job. Can your driver just start? Or what was he waiting on? Go protest it. It's fine. You get another penalty because no one will understand the positioning anyway. If I wait on Schindler, I get plowed into the back. That's awesome. And obviously we're going to be dead last because...
Coming back to green in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green flag.
Yeah, I'm sorry then, I don't know who is racing with whom. So here come the penalties then. Penalties assigned.
Okay.
I sadly have no idea on the gaps. Have I been the only hypercar dead? No.
No.
Who else died?
Well, the guy that was ahead of us. Le Roi or something.
How did he die?
Honestly, no clue.
I've so much desire to just park the car and call it a day, really. Honestly, I also have no idea what do we have the red flags for. If that was no red flag condition, what else is? Yeah, I'm done with it. It's fine. And for the first penalty.
I don't see shit on that radar.
That's fine. The race is done. It's completely irrelevant now.
Yep.
I'm in such a great mood. What fucks me up most is that we will probably even get a penalty, despite the guy ahead just simply didn't start.
Yeah, I had a look at that, and I would not be that sure. Like it's not like you went full throttle, you lifted there. It was like just completely unexpected that he will just be stationary, kind of.
No, I never had a triple. I'm having an ultra wide. Triple would be way too hard on my resources. Track temperature 45. The advantages of an ultra wide is simply you don't use as much resources of your GPU, and with your peripheral vision and the audio, I don't think you really need the triples. Personally, I feel comfortable enough with that ultra wide screen. It's obviously less expensive and I have an easier time getting into the car and out of it. Bono, your thoughts, please, on the incident. Yeah, but that only helps you like for 2% of the time that you really have it available. Oh. Hey! What the fuck? Man, these guys are crashing in a straight line. It's crazy. But I hear you think it's a penalty, right? Illegal Parts, ich raste aus. Oh yeah, Annie, that is obviously awesome news. I mean, yes, we're getting participation points and maybe P8, but effectively it's a DNF already, despite we're still going. Ah, ich glaube nicht, ey. The scenes. This race is an absolute meme already. I mean, I guess with all that, I caused a 20-car pileup. Although most of the LMPs just seemed to get away good, and then they did their own shenanigans. Yeah, that was like big mess that I saw. I mean, I think... Have I actually been killed by LaRue from the left? I think I did not get killed from the actual impact with the car ahead of me, right? Or did I pull the car ahead of me into the left guy and then spun myself with that? Yeah, of course this was worse than Monza. But anyway, I will get the penalty just simply because of my name. Has been like that in the earlier races too. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at it when I'm done. How is VEC, Yanni? I don't know. I do not even know how this... Like, you could also throw a dice, and whatever is the result, I would probably assume it's correct or valid. Meanwhile, penalties still get assigned. Crazy. Our effective gap is a lap down on Häkkinen. Yeah, Yanni, to be honest, the way the car is built, I rather get bonked from behind because you can't destroy the rear. But yeah, I would probably be fucked on both ends then. Yeah, I can't deal with that, Bono. I consider myself being equally responsible for the pile-up and yet being just doomed per definition. And completely free of fault with that, obviously. Because if the car ahead doesn't launch on the green, then he's a threat. Then yellow should stay out. Never mind. I'm not starting to philosophize. You know, it's a different thing if you go standing start and everyone is in their grid boxes and shit. Then I have time to react. But if I leave the gap to the car ahead, I'm being pushed anyway. Then the next car is on my rear wing. And then depending, like even if I lift, then I could just spin around. Yeah, I don't know. What am I chasing here actually? Is it LMPs or is it hypercars? LMP. If those guys ahead are 4, 5 and 6, am I already 2 laps down? Almost?
Michi, keep the rears in check, please.
Yeah. Jorge, I have a Simu Cube 1, 18 Newton meter. Timo, there is an official stream of the race, yes. But I haven't linked it. Christian, he didn't even react at all. I think. I don't know. I would need to have a replay on it, but... The thing is, I think I did not even not miss him by a small margin. I think even if it would have been 2 meters more back, I would have not made it. I still hit him pretty centered, I think. I would have to be like a car length away or so. Although then I would have... Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for the good lucks. You can see it's going great already. Good God. Rush hour it is. Start was shit. Pace is good. Traffic is shit. Shit. This was one of the worst mid-race traffic jungles I ever witnessed. Oh, fuck this shit! It just got darker. Is there any rain expected?
Quickly checking. Look, like it shouldn't be because I'm watching real race and there's no
Okay.
like yeah, no rain.
Five to box.
All right. And chance of rain is 0.
Copy. Can you see if Latileux is running in clean air? for the last 2 or 3 laps.
Good try. There is like maybe he's like 10 seconds ahead of LMP now. So now last 2 laps I would say probably just clean laps.
I'm trying to unlap myself from Knots here.
Okay.
Fuck's sake, echt.
Yeah, you were 3 tenths faster last lap.
Yeah, Andre. He didn't launch at all. Everyone would have plowed into his rear from the position where I was. If you don't go on a green flag, then I can't help you. Nice, I'm being held up. Guy is a second off the pace, but I can't get through. Ja, Kanter machen nix. There's good draft with this car, but a good dirty air as well, so... Now, what do you want to tell me? Box. Dr. Reaver, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the race. Do you recall the gap that Latileux had to P2?
Four seconds after the pit stop.
And before?
I think Lartilo was first.
By 15 seconds-ish?
I don't know. Quickly gonna check now. 8 seconds before the stop.
They must have changed the tires too. Als ob. "30 minutes until we are in beneficial code 80 range."
Alright.
Fuck's sake, Michi. And you keep going on fucking it up. Crazy. Leaving half a second on the lap. Not smart. Awesome. 2 GT3s in the most inconvenient spot you can have them. I think the hypercar sounds more like an LMP2 on steroids. And I think it's quite close to the real car. Oh, come on, the traffic, man. That spin of the car is obviously amazing, because I would have had to overtake him for unlapping. Yeah guys, I'm sorry a bit silent, but I need to focus on this goddamn machine exponentially more than on another. No way. What's this? Ah, Sibellini on the Ferrari. Trustworthy people, loving it. Fourteen laps.
All right.
Yeah, you got a clean lap, and what you're gonna do is you fuck it up. Just because, like, for no reason. Yeah, shame. Could have been a 43.5, but it's not. Yeah, and with that mistake, you fucked yourself 2 laps. Good job, Richie. Yeah, the level of frustration is there. 4 seconds lost because of stupidity. What a shame. Seven laps.
All right. Yeah, if I had a clean lap, I could do 42s. But guess what?
I don't. This traffic was worth a 10th as well again. Awesome. Very amazing traffic. Omar Karaga, thank you for your subscription on the YouTube channel. Welcome to the 4 hours of Bahrain. So guys, we're coming towards the end of our stint. Laps.
Copy.
Yeah. Things didn't go as expected. We were given a full lap penalty and 2 drive-throughs. And I think I drove out the drive-throughs already. But yeah, now we need another minute and 20 of recovery, and in 4 hours I'm afraid we just won't make it. But let's see, race is not over yet. Got 4 laps to go in our stint. Yeah, I'm extremely sorry I wasn't quali mix for the entire stint. Jo, wenn's läuft, dann richtig. Awesome. Like I can't believe this, honestly. Like, you look at the other people doing 44.1, 43.9, whatever, and I have this lap, and with this lap there is no way in hell I can do a 43.9 or a 44.1 in average. There's no fucking chance. Are they running ghost mode, never coming into traffic, or I have no idea. 3 more after this.
Hello.
Hi. I love it. Like, all it took is 3 laps of this traffic that killed all the advantage that we built ourselves up to. Oh, look at this bullshit. What a guy. So, we're gonna have a look at the start. We're gonna love having a look at the start. It will be amazing. It will be good cinema. $10.
Copies.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
So here it goes green. What's that? That's a jump start. Okay, that is a jump start. So, Kia what? So, 49.6, it goes green. 50.2 is the moment of impact. 0.6 seconds and the guy is not yet gone. He's still doing 80. Still doing 80. Yeah, he probably gets shunted by me first. Then he swings into the guy on the left. That one then, yep, kills me on the right. So someone will say karma. And that's obviously awesome as well. So, and what happens next? What? No. Of course! Like, I know you've been hit 7 times, but it's completely fine to just whack into me. You see me coming! Wait, you can't see this. Look at this bullshit! Look at this! I mean, this is still bullshit, but what's coming now? This is where we come. No fucks given, just drive into me. Like, are you serious? I can't believe this. Can't believe what I'm seeing. I don't want to believe what I'm seeing. Do we have a better camera at some point? Guess that's a no. Selten war ich so frustriert. I can't believe what I was seeing. This is a tough one to deal with. Like, mentally. Because we have pace for top 3. Anyway. Pointless.
In 5th in class, so they've got a nice gap at the moment. There is absolute madness coming through this turn 8 as they run through. Pfeiffer getting over, they can buy an LMP2 there as well as they come through. Adam Pinch is still in P3 and he's being helped by these faster cars to build a bit of a gap.
And what a day it's turning out to be for Satellite Racing, because of course the sister car, the normal colours that we're expecting of Satellite, the blue and red entry, with Henry Cynic at the wheel, the number 64, of course, they are leading the way. And it hasn't helped our sort of battle at the front, because Tom was saying in that 70 machine, where have they dropped down to in class? Oh no, they're almost a lap down. Look in the background. There is Henry Cynic coming through, and there is Sedlacek, almost 1 lap down. That is all that speeding penalty cost them. That is very, very difficult to see, because we're expecting a good battle up towards the front. And for a car who's fighting, you know, joint leader in the championship in the number 70, this is a perfect opportunity to gain loads of points on the number 90 here, 91 I should say, who's 4 laps down, but they sort of gave it away. with speeding in the pit lane. How fine are the margins in this championship?
Yeah, absolutely tiny. I mean, the only thing I can think of similar, if I think back a couple of years in terms of a speeding penalty costing quite a big result, I think Scott Dixon in the Indy 500 a few years ago got a pit speeding penalty quite late on in the race, and that put him out of contention completely. And in a somewhat similar fashion, we've got here a massive drop down in the end for Thomas Enge, and Sadocek has got a lot of work to do. He's been dumped a whole load of work onto his back, and he's going to have to carry it very nicely indeed. But Aaron's here for the Scuderia Leone car is on the back. It seems just in front of Henrik Adolphs in the going to mix up again, the Blaugel Esports. I'm going to go with Blaugel. If I've got it wrong, then I don't think my brain will ever correct me. But he's currently in P11, but Aaron's is hoping that he can get that position off of him.
And he has got a decent amount of slipstream here. He's closing in, maybe pulled out actually about a metre too early, but should have a run down the inside. A bit of lift and coast as well, I think that was. Still whilst trying to make the overtake. He's going to leave loads of space on the inside of turn 2 there. They go side by side as they're going to hold it around the outside. And this is an awesome battle here, the Bleagle car, trying to continue and hold on to that 11th place. Is Adolphs on the outside. Can he hold it? It's going to be a long run on the outside. This turn 4 is such a long way. Get pushed out onto that exit curb. Side by side they continue in towards turn 5. Can Aaron's just about get it on the apex? Yes, he can, and covers it off rather nicely. They're blocking very perfectly there on the apex of turn 6.
Yeah, very, very nicely done there for the Sierra. I'm so sorry, for the Scuderia Leone car. I was thinking of the country, not the team. But yeah, very nicely done there to get up into P11. I've nearly done that about 5 times already, and I'm amazed it hasn't happened until now. But there we go. It's happened once. So I can't promise it won't happen again. But just behind them, we'll look back to Philip Dries in his car in the 6th place in Hypercar, and he's just behind Prebeck in the racing zone, who was going to try and go down the inside. That was a tight gap. That was a gap that looked like it was closing very early on, and it might just give the incentive for Dries to come back at him. But they're now going to get through both these GT cars, and they've got a little bit of space in front of them to try and have a bit of a battle here. You can't see any cars further up track. I mean, there's a few seconds up the road, there's a couple of GTs, but at least a sector or so for Dries to try and close this gap in.
Yeah, that was not an ideal situation. Obviously, Prebeck wanted to get past into turn 11, but it was a little bit awkward. I think maybe the GT car could have been a little bit more decisive or not, but of course they were trying to also make sure that they were not involved in that crash. It was just a little bit awkward as they both sort of half backed out of it. And all that's allowed now is Philip Dries to get even closer to the back, trying to get themselves up into P5. And as it stands, this is their major battle, because up ahead is another 45 seconds to the next car. So this is the only thing that they need to focus on. So they dive down the inside. They have a couple of GT cars, or at least Prebeck does. 77 there, just at the wrong place at the wrong time for Philip Dries.
Yeah, and he's got through there now, down into turn 6. It's difficult there, isn't it? It's so tricky on the inside. It's very easy to have your front end chopped off, and there is that wonderful looking green and yellow car of Martin Ullmann now. The LC United in P10 in class, but they are really in a bit of a dogfight now, aren't they, for P9 with Juan Amaya in the Satellite Racing car. That, I think, is the Satellite Racing car that's dropped back a little bit, was in the top 5, but oh my word, was that an inside line from that, is that an LMP2 car going through? And yeah, some light flashing going on there, and that doesn't surprise me much as they go through. But yeah, an interesting one there into turn 10, and it just shows why it's so difficult to overtake, even with the glass difference down there.
Yeah, I think that was Mazidis in the Valet Corsa LMP2, and that was another example of being a little bit too late. We haven't seen so much of it at this track, actually. It's quite a nice track, I'd say, for multiclass. I've really enjoyed it. The race we had last season in BC, as I mentioned earlier, the race we had in LVS last season around here as well. You know, high-level endurance racing, and we've seen 2 and now a 3rd very good race in terms of the battling, in terms of where you meet the traffic. It's seemingly like it's working out to be a very nice addition to the simulation, enjoying it. And what we're seeing is that you don't necessarily have to send it like that into turn 9 and 10. Obviously, some people try it, but you don't necessarily have to do that to get past. So just a little bit of a bump there for Muzadis on the back, but it seems like they all managed to get through rather nicely. Still a few close battles out there for position for now. Of course, some gaps extending, some getting closer, and this is really, at least for the hypercars, is the closest battle in the hypercars at this moment in time, because Jake Denhan at the front is slowly but surely pulling away. That's a bad line there from the 222, and that gives Dryce a bit of a run.
Yeah, it does through turn 8, but through turn 9, he can't really make it stick. Down into 9 and 10, it's incredibly difficult. And just in general, I think this track, the Bahrain International Circuit, is a massively underrated circuit. I don't think I've ever seen a bad race in any category around this track. It's always provided good racing. I don't think it's talked about enough as to how good it can be. But yeah, we're seeing it this afternoon, this evening, this morning, wherever you are in the world. How we are seeing these fights going on. And I just wanted to mention, as the Gold Racing Esports car comes in, that is a plan, sorry, that's my brain, Ferrari and the Ferrari car has dropped right back in the lead of class, because that gap was a little bit higher to the Hyperion Esports car of Thomas Wack, but they've dropped right back, and before the pit stop there from the Gold team, there was only about 5 seconds between the top 3 at all, so it is starting to close once again at the top of LMP2, just as we're getting to this next pit phase.
Yeah, it seems to be ebbing and flowing, I guess, as you somewhat expect in the races around here. Go Team Racing come past there. Definitely an awkward one because the hypercars are actually a little bit slower in those sort of medium speed corners than the LMP2s, ironically, despite being the faster car on an overall lap speed. But yeah, definitely the gaps just coming down and opening up as the race goes on, and I wonder if that is going to be a bit of a talking point, as I think Dryce has got past.
iRacing is cleaner than what we saw.
Dropped down, and those guys have stopped around, so needracing.com up into 5th place. The only issue now is they've got about 50 seconds to catch up to the next car, so Racing's own team there now needs to try and keep up with the pink machine.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Dryce getting through now on the GT car. And sometimes I just look at some of these names and think, oh my word, I wish I had a name as cool as that. Schultz Pribet, it's a fantastic name, but it's not a fantastic line. It was through turn 4, and it hasn't been a very consistent couple of laps for him, and that's why Dryce has relatively easily got through. But he's gone down the inside, I think, of a couple of cars just in front of him. Has he got through there okay? Yes, he has. But that looked a little bit nip and tuck through there, and he will get through. I think that's the Gold Esports car. I think that may have been the car that's just come out of the pit lane. He's got through down into the final corner, and Dryce will have to, he's got a mountain to climb, hasn't he? 50 seconds, that is going to be half a lap worth of time to the car in front, of course, which is... the Go Team Racing of Schutz for P3 at the moment. 2 seconds is the gap, so they're going about their business very quietly, but very nicely indeed.
Yeah, we haven't really mentioned them too much. They're sitting 4th place in the championship. They're only 10 points off the top as well, is the number 2 Sim Freementry. And only 2 points behind Burst Esport, who of course they're beating by 4 positions at the moment, with Burst being down in 8th place. So it might be going up towards 3rd place in the championship for that Sim Frame car. But of course, Go Team Racing also, they are 6th place in the championship, just 12 points behind. So it is potentially important for Go Team to keep this Sim Frame car behind if they want to continue that gap that they've got after the first couple of races of the season, getting down the inside there, the Beagle GT car, as Kinect will need to try and follow them through. Of course, Sim Frame, they were a very strong contender last year in the DPI DPI hypercar that we had at the time, and the previous year to that they were LMP2 champions, so a very strong team indeed, and just getting used to being in this top class, and it's great to have them here.
Yeah, absolutely, and absolutely so, and they are really showing why they are in the top category, indeed. And it's really good to see so many cars in endurance races like this. Of course, there are some endurance races where you only see a big bulk of drivers in the GTs, and not many in the hypercars or the LMP2s, but a great amount of cars for each Each category really improves as Hyperion has now come in. We'll have to see where they come out in relation, of course, to the drivers that they're fighting. Of course, that is going to be Thomas Imborg, who's just jumped in that Gold Racing Esports car after that pit stop, I believe. But he's going to come out in P4, where you would expect him to be. Not that far behind. Oh, and there's a spin. Yeah, that's a GT. Oh, and that's across the track. That is not the ideal line through there. Will everybody get through? I think, yes, it was Pfeiffer who spun around. That is big for the GT category, because he's going to really drop further back in that one. He was fighting for the podium. He definitely won't be now.
Yeah, Kevin Jaeger not too far behind as well. Just about that sort of mini straight behind as they get to the Valley Course. Mazardis come through. Let's actually see a replay of that one. He's got, so the racing team's own car. So these are battling. There's Simracing for Holland. That's for position in the Hypercar class. And just around the outside, they tried to keep it. Pfeiffer on that inside line just got pinched. Big curb, I assume he would have just shrunk that a little bit. And unfortunately for him, just getting squeezed out a little bit as, that was Andres Kirili for the Simracing for Holland 220 machine. Just getting a bit tight there in turn 2.
Yeah, absolutely. But, not ideal for them. For Ian Pfeiffer there in the end. And Pinterest won't mind at all, because that's given him another 10 seconds of a gap to the driver behind, and he is starting to close for P2 as well. I mean, he has driven fantastically over the last hour and a half or so. Was in P7, has worked his way up very nicely indeed to where he is now. But I've also noticed in the LMP2s that Ferrari is now in the pit lane, and where will he come out in terms of the front of the Hyperion and the Gold Racing car? Of course, Gold Racing were in second before the pit stops, but it looks like Thomas Imberg is going to take the lead once again, and he will. The undercut has worked out for them, but will it end up working out over the course of the next hour and a half? We'll have to wait and see. Or is it going to work out? Yes, it is, just about, as Alex Siebel just slots in behind one of the GT cars there. He's about 2 seconds off the back of the lead here, and Hyperion are definitely not that far off either.
So these three basically haven't moved over the course of that last stint. They're basically a couple of seconds ahead, a couple of seconds behind of Alex Siebel. So they're all very, very consistent on pace. So this looks good for a nice battle towards the end. Let's have a look at the tyres. Once again, Ferrari remain on those hard compound tyres. This is a second stint again, so we saw no change of tyres. So when we get to the next pit stop, there'll be a change of tyres again for another double stint to the end of the race. Is that correct? Yeah, to the end of the
Eager
race.
Gamer,
So
thank you so much for your follow on the Twitch channel. Appreciate it.
Yeah, but for the gold sim racing car that I was
Welcome to the stream.
Thinking about, so they pit with like an hour and 37 to go. So obviously Siebel has about 46 minutes to go per stint if you do 92 minutes divided by 2. But he for gold they had an hour and 37. So that's getting a little bit more different. That's close to about 48 minutes a stint. So they need to be a bit careful with that one. They're starting to have to stretch it out a little bit to make sure that they don't splash and dash at the end of the race.
Yeah, no, it would be disastrous really if they had to splash and dash in terms of fighting for this class win, because the top two are so close together that there's no hope that you're going to realistically recover that time. Even if you just had a drive through, it's very unlikely if to make up that time once again. But Thomas Imberg will surely have to start defending. But here we go, Tony Ukic in the undercover Raijin car. He looks like he's right on the back for P8 in class now, and he's recovering, going well, I should say, on the back of Salvatore Zitiello. Another fantastic name there for the Arms Cybra car, but that's P8 in class. Just random, just because on an impulse thought Christian Pasquale. Yes, Christian Pasquale. We spoke earlier, the team member. They have finally got through all of the GT cars and are now a minute and a half behind the next LMP2 car. So just I thought of that. They finally done what they needed to. Well, what the target was with an hour and a half to go. We'll have to see how far up they can get now.
Yeah, it's always bad when your goal is to get ahead of the slowest class, but sometimes races do be like that, unfortunately, and we are seeing some nice battles continue. Now it's for third in the hypercars. Go Team Racing trying to hold on to that. Simframe are starting to come. Christopher Kinnock is getting closer and closer, and I think that third place is going to be a bit difficult. And these drivers as well, they might not be fighting for the race lead, but realistically, they're only 40 seconds off. And considering we've had so much of the race now, 2.5 hours, I wouldn't say that's too bad. Also considering that it's Race Clash and Winchick, some very fast teams. So Go Team and Simracing definitely showing some nice speed in this race over the course of the first part of it, but the battles continue further back as well. Andres Kirley getting the run down this front straight, might get a just distance slipstream from that BMW. That might be enough. They wheel back, they touch again in towards the braking zone, round the outside. It is for Kirley with the Racing Zone team on the inside there. There's going to be a BMW blocking the way of them. More contact is made as they come up the hill.
Yeah, I think that Kirley was just shut off a little bit there as they came through turn 2, but he wanted some space and demanded a bit of space, and there was a little bit of contact, but it's seen him through now and up into P6. Not too sure how happy Zolt Prebeck will be in that Racing Zone car after that bit of contact, but Kirley is now through in the Simracing for Holland car, that all-black car, now in P6. Of course, these two, 220 and 222 in terms of the numbers. They're both done well, I believe. Promoted to PC Diogo Silva now into the pit lane, the other Visserley Sports driver. He's come in, but this is a good time as well. Think about it, 45 minutes for a stint. Just under that would be for 2, as we see inches now up into P2, and he is going incredibly nicely, but we'll have to see how it all shakes out when we get towards the final pit stops.
Yeah, what a race from Arnage competition. They've had to work for it. I think they're down in sort of 7th, 8th position when we were looking at pinches in that first stint. But doing well, and of course after Pfeiffer's stint, he's now 12 seconds off. So that is a very, very nice situation for Adam to be in. Of course, Henry Sinek still leading the way very, very comfortably, but yeah, a second place will not go too badly for Arnage. I'm sure they won't be too disappointed with that one. Where are they in this championship? They're 21st place in the championship, 45 points off. So this will be a huge jump up the order for them if they can get the points for this second place. That's certainly going to be a nice one. It's about to continue in Hypercar as well. Not enough to make an overtake just yet. And also in the LMP2s, there's still battles going up and down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's looking good at the moment. For some of these guys, it's been a really interesting race, isn't it? Great battles developing and battles evolving and changing, and cars just finding another one to battle with. So we've not been starved of action by any stretch of the imagination. And now we've got Christopher Kianek for P3 now. Of course, he is going to be fighting with Roland Schux for P3. I mean, we've seen battles for P5 and P6. Now we're seeing one for P3. So this hypercar really is serving up an absolute treat of a race. But they've got to get through these GT cars who are themselves fighting their way through. And Kianek, not quite this time around, will get through momentary yellow in sector 2, but will cleared up nicely. And he'll have to try again next time around. But a bit of a clearer track might help him. And look at that, a nice clear piece of track, and that might help him try and get through now.
Yeah, and doing a really good job is Roland Jukes in that Go Team Racing number 7. And I believe it's their first time in the top category as well. They've had entries in the LMP2s and in the GTs. They've got podiums and even a race win in that category. But stepping up now in towards the top category and in general Go Team Racing. I've mentioned this a few times over the last few seasons, but they're one of those teams that they're not one of like the big name teams as such. That
so guys, as you currently can see, I'm
people would say Go Team Racing, but they're always
driving.
They're always inside the top 5.
I'm getting myself ready for the F1 Creative Series starting within 20 minutes.
Georgi Nelov, team manager over there, I think he sets up the team very nicely. They've signed some really good drivers as well, and they're now competing at the top end, just 30 odd seconds off the race lead, doing basically similar pace to Jake Dinahan. That gap hasn't been increasing too much over the last few minutes, and they've now got Kinnick all over the back.
I'm sorry, bad habit.
Of the third stint now that we're into, there will be one more pit stop, we think, for all of, if not most of, the hypercars, as Schux will get through on one of the GTs, and so will his rival in P4. But whilst all this is happening, of course, whilst we have these close fight in the hypercar. If we have a quick look at the LMP2, those gaps between second and third, they are still around 2.3 seconds between first, second and third. Alex Siebel not really able to make any inroads on the leading Gold Team racing car, and Thomas Vac as well in the Hyperion not able to do it himself. So, you know, a little bit cagey at the moment. They're still sorting each other out, and it'd be a shame if it ended like this in an hour or 23 minutes time, but that is a long time to see if these guys can close up. I'd love a three-way battle in the LMP2 for the win in the last 20 minutes, so that'd be fantastic. But, you know, we can always dare to dream as Kianek. Oh, that's going to be difficult, but he's done that nicely through turn 8, and he's through the GT, but he's still on the back for P3. And I think it will start getting a little bit, rolling structure to say, will start getting a little bit nervous that Kianek is keeping very much with him there.
Yeah, big slide out of turn 10 as well for the blue machine, and that is not going to do his rear tyres any good. And I think that is why we saw when we saw the Winchit car changing tyres, they decided to only change the rears, because definitely, as we're mentioning, this style of track, you really have to lean on the rear tyres in all these traction zones, especially corners like this where you really get on the gas so early that you're turning and accelerating. So it really puts a lot of pressure on that rear left tyre around excuse me, around this track as they dive up the inside one. The LMP2's there, that is getting very close. I think it's the rFRO car in towards this front straightaway. Now the three classes go past each other. Go Team Racing trying to hold on. They're using their sister LMP2 for a little bit of distant tow down that front straight. They should be able to hold on to this. They've got a decent gap from Kianek there, but I think this battle is going to go on for quite a while now. And on our sort of little timing page, we've got some dots that turn red when these cars get close, and these two cars have been red for probably about half an hour now.
Yeah, absolutely. As we do continue to see these drivers come through, I think we're going to be waiting another 20 minutes or so for more pit stops to occur, unless there is a couple to go in the LMP2. I'm pretty sure most of them are. Okay, I'll eat my words. Here comes You knew it was going to happen, didn't you? The second I said, oh, there's going to be pit stops for a while. P2 in the GT category comes into the pit lane, but this Arnage competition car's gone so well, and we'll have to see where this pit stop puts them out. Yeah,
this... Thomas, I kind of lost track of when the GT's last pit, but this was a bit earlier than I was expecting from what we saw that car not too long ago as well, but definitely going to have another pit stop to the end of the race from here, and they won't be able to do an hour and 20 odd minutes on the stints in these GT machines, as the battles, of course, continue, as I was mentioning, in LMP2 a bit while ago, but it's actually a bit lower down. So it's for P7 and 8. We've got Ziatello and Tony Ukic trying to fight it out at this moment in time. Undercover Radium and, of course, Arms Serber just up ahead of them. They got one of the LMHs trying to come past. I think it's Simracing for Holland, trying to make their way through, but hopefully that doesn't hinder this battle too much. As all they've got a GT car, Blackhawk, just slightly getting in the way of Arms. Have to brake a little bit early, and that allows Ukic just to get a run, trying to use the left-hand side, either side of the GT they're going to go. Who's going to come out on top on this LMP2 battle? Up the inside, it's going to be Ukic. That is a very risky move, but he's managed to make it stick. Yeah, and I'm glad my chair has a bit where I can push back on it, because I sat back harder than I've sat back in a long time looking at that. Going into turn 9, Tony Ukic is through, and he is still in P7 now as he comes through turn 11, but you know, he's not out of the woods yet by any stretch of the imagination. Behind him there are cars that are paying for his blood pretty much to get through, because they are soaking. Ooh, that's difficult there. Just in behind, I think it's a hypercar actually, just behind him there. I think it's the Simracing for Holland car. And they will get through down towards the final corner, but yeah, Tony Ukic in P7, but a bit of a gap up ahead. I mean, we see these gaps opening towards the back end of the top 10 in the LMP2 category over the course of the last hour or so. But it's been interesting to see how they've been able to work the strategy. Of course, one more pit stop we think for most drivers, if not all, and we'll have to see how it develops there. There you go, you can see in the LMP2 category, this Release Sports are still at the back. They won't be pleased about that. Big gaps in the middle, but the closest gaps, as we love to see, are at the front, and that is actually down to 1.5 from 2.5. Yes, it's been a tough one for the drivers, but it's great to see that we only have one DNF still after all this time, and that was the Yunus Rivio BS Plus Zoom car. So certainly yeah, I would say that's a good job considering the absolute crash that we had at the start of this race, and the fact that we have all of those drivers still continuing on is very nicely. And in the LMHs, we go. Kinect still sitting in behind, of course, slightly smaller category, just 10 cars, but they still give us these nice battles. And remember, this one is for that final step on the podium.
Absolutely, and Yannick will be very much keen to get through here as quickly as he can. Of course, one more stop to go. Maybe they're starting to think about whether they can get past on the strategy, try and maybe pull an undercut, try the overcut, see if that works as well. But, you know, definitely going to be an interesting watch over the next, 78 minutes or so. But Simracing Esports really looking strong. I mean, their Man Go team, they've kind of gone under the radar this entire race, but they are battling for the podium, and realistically,
Fingers 68, thank you for your follow. Welcome to the stream.
Off the back of this battle.
So guys, roughly 10 minutes, and then we swap the scenes here.
Enough at this point, so we'll have to see how this develops. But Yannick getting through on the GT car as he will continue to battle with Roland Sucks.
Oh yes.
There's a great defensive drive here from Roland in that Go Team car. He's held this car behind of Kinect and Simracing for a long time now, and it's really worked out very nicely over the course of this stint. To be honest, they've done a very good job in holding on to that. There's one of the Mercedes GT3 cars that they're going to dive down the inside there. There's the 69 car, bit of contact there, the Tamelli ERT, and that's a little bit forceful there for Simracing, but they seem to get away with that one.
Yeah, no damage done, it seems, on those cars as now they all come through. This is that Arnage car after that pit stop. It is a long way down the order actually after the pit stop. Maybe, I mean, they try and get to the end now here. I think that'd be incredibly difficult to do, but they have dropped quite a ways down the order. Looking at the time page to see where they are. I can't quite see them.
I should check my...
Can you see
what
them
have you
now
done
on the timing screen? Because I can't see the Arnage car.
The Arnage car, let's...
Oh, there it is, P9, sorry. Stein Prinz.
Oh yes,
P9.
because they've stopped drivers. Yes, you are correct. In that one, of course, an earlier stop, so they've dropped down the order. They should be jumping back up. Yeah, they've swapped drivers on that one. They're pretty big battle, I should say, just up ahead of them in towards turn 4. Understeer and Thomas Aarons in the Scuderia Leone car having this battle. Scuderia Leone, they seem to be in so many battles today. Obviously having a few issues earlier and getting caught up in some things, and now having to try and come back through the field, and they've certainly done a lot of overtaking. We've seen them with multiple cars getting those places and working out rather nicely for them.
Which
so
PayPal account?
Issue for them now is they've got 12.5 seconds to Caspian, the next car ahead.
Yeah, absolutely a lot of work to do at the moment, but they're still in that battle, aren't they? For P7 and P8, and I don't think the Arnage will be too far off either. But at the front, I mean, I've just seen it. The gap now at 8.3 at the front. It's really being pulled on Kiss at this stage of the race. But there is still that battle for P3 going on as well. Jake Denham doing a fantastic job in this race. But also, actually, looking at the LMP2, that's 2 tenths between the top 2 cars. Oh,
yeah, something has happened here, I think, for Imborg. Yeah, he lost quite a bit of time. 8 tenths he lost on the previous lap to the Alex Ebel Ferrari, but look at all of the cars actually in the background of shot as we came out of turn 4 there. Although this is getting a bit of chaos in towards turn number 7.
Wait.
As well, that's one of the
Fingers, are you
cars.
Steve?
67 machine, I think it was.
Thank you so much, buddy.
The mayor at the wheel of that one.
How did you get hang of this email address? Because I was wondering why it didn't get up to the donation goal, so I need to fix the donation goal. But thank you so much for, I think it is a 60 euro donation.
Have a big battle for the lead.
Man, what a support. Thank you so much.
Maybe these two hold each other up as well.
So I go for 1 or 2 more attempts, then I need to swap stuff.
I apologise, car should be coming.
We will be back live in 10 minutes at the latest.
Mark Schluter, the virtual drivers by TX3 Hypercar is going to be coming through, as there is cars absolutely everywhere, and they're going to be side by side into the final corner. Siebel around the outside. Can he make this move stick here? He's going to have to be given a little bit of room there on the exit, but the door is slammed shut in his face. But he'll have to use the slipstream down towards turn 1, as there are cars all over the road, and this will be exactly what Hyperion are looking for. These two fighting.
Yeah, Ian Pfeiffer there in the background going off as Gold Esports try to use the slipstream of the Go Team Hypercar to get past. And Siebel there, I think he made the right choice in that he got a really good run out onto the back straight out of turn 13, but big risk around the outside of the final corner. Big risk. And at this point in the race, still now on 13, he's obviously got the speed on the Gold Esports car. Doesn't need to risk an overtake like that. The curb on the outside is very unforgiving. If you go on that, you're spinning around and you're having a crash like we saw at the first part of the race. So definitely not what you want to be doing. And I think Siebel backed out of that at the right time, and he just needs to go for it again. And now Thomas Vack is really starting to drop back 6 seconds behind.
Steve, thank you so much, buddy. Much appreciated.
Getting caught up in a bit of this traffic.
Massive support, man.
Through here, and Siebel is
really appreciated, man. Thank you. So 107.878. Copy. I don't know what is that worth. We have a look.
Been such a tight battle,
In the session, I think Hayden Gillis did a 0.7.
Ever since I've hopped on the 3-hour mark.
Anyway, guys, we will be back live with F1 23 in 10 minutes for the upcoming Sao Paulo Grand Prix, including a sprint. On YouTube and on Twitch, just stay tuned. The stream will automatically restart, and on YouTube you will be sent over to the correct YouTube stream. Guys, thank you so much, and see you in a bit.
And